Alright, we've just seen how to use the docker run command, and we've seen how containers are based off of images. Well, you know what? If that terminology is a bit new to you, don't sweat. Just think of images as stopped containers, then, on the flip side, containers as running images. Speaking of which, right, we're going to take a few seconds now to make sure we've got our heads properly around images, because no images, no containers. Now, the docker run command automatically downloads required images, but we totally can download images on their own, so without firing off a container at the same time. So here if we go docker pull Alpine, that's going to go away and pull a copy of the official Alpine image from Docker Hub. Alright, well that took all of no time at all, obviously a small image. But what about if we wanted the latest Ubuntu image? No prizes for guessing, that's docker pull Ubuntu. Alright, this is going to take a smidge longer, obviously a bigger image. Now, each of these lines here, by the way, is referring to an image layer that's being pulled. The Ubuntu image, it's obviously got 4 layers. Now, if you need more detailed information about images or layers, then pop over to my Docker Deep Dive course. But there we go. Again, that took relatively no time. Now, I did say, if you were listening carefully, that was the latest Ubuntu image. What happens if I want a particular version? I don't know, say good old 14.04. Well, I just run the same command again, but at the end I'll lash on :14.04. And off that one goes. Okay, so by my count we should have 4 images now. Hello World from what we did before, plus Alpine, Ubuntu latest and Ubuntu 14.04. Well, let's see. I tell you what, I must be a proper expert to have known that. Yeah. Anyway, what we're looking at here, right, is the contents of this Docker host's local registry or its local image store. Basically, right, these images have been pulled down from Docker Hub and they're stored on this Docker host's local file system. Exactly where on the file system depends on things like the version of Docker, the version of Ubuntu, the version of Windows, all that kind of stuff. Now, in the left column here, we can see we've got 3 local repositories, Ubuntu, Alpine and Hello World. Each repository has got a single image, except for the Ubuntu repo. That's got 2, 14.04 here and latest here. We can see each image gets its own unique hash and we can see sizes over here. Fabuloso. But that's all local, right? All on our Docker host. Let's go take a look at Docker Hub where we just pulled them all down from. To do that, we just open up a browser here. We go to hub.docker.com. I'll log in with my Docker ID. If you haven't got one, then what is wrong with you? No, I mean, don't worry about it. You can sign up for one now. It's free. But you know what? This is what the Hub UI looks like. Now, if I come up here to explore, these here are the official repos. Official as in, well, look, here's the Ubuntu one. This is managed and maintained by the folks at Ubuntu, or I should say canonical. Meaning, right, you can be pretty sure that you're getting something that's official and stable, as opposed to something shoddy that some schmuck like me just uploaded. Anyway, if we click into it, we get some info. So some description info over here, and then the command over here that we'd use to pull the image. But I want to click tags here. Oh, okay. These lines here are all the different images or versions of Ubuntu images that are available in this repo. Well, we downloaded 14.04 and latest, so there's 14.04 and there's latest. If we drill in even further, we see some really useful security info relating to known vulnerabilities. Now, 14.04 here is carrying 4 criticals and a few other less criticals. Yeah, not exactly ideal. Well, if we back out, and let's have a look at latest. Okay, a bit better, just 1 major. So, nice insight there, but let's not get sidetracked. Back onto our host. I'm actually not very cool with that Ubuntu 14.04. Too many vulnerabilities. So I'm going to go docker RMI. RMI is just a nice little TLA for remove images. And I can either give its name and its tag, or I can give its ID here. Well, you know what? I'm going to go name and tag. And that is gone. Yeah. So that's a quick primer on images. I've only got 3 pulled locally now, so I can spin up containers from those without having to pull from hub. But any others that aren't in that list, the Docker run command's going to need to go and pull them from hub before it can start containers from them. Coolio. Now let's go and take a look at the life cycle of a container.